All right, folks, gather round this flickering screen like it's the last bonfire at a festival washout, because we're dissecting a track that's outlived more hair metal bands than you can shake a teased mullet at. Nothing Else Matters by Metallica. Yeah, that brooding beast of a ballad that's been crooned at weddings, screamed at dives, and probably whispered in therapy sessions worldwide. It's the song that sneaks into your playlist like an uninvited ex, reminding you that even thrash titans have a squishy center. But here's the kicker. This anthem of ironclad trust and raw guts almost never saw the light of day, buried under layers of Hetfield's hesitation and a heap of what-ifs that could have left Metallica's legacy a tad less legendary. Stick with me, and I'll unearth the dirt on how a lonely phone call birthed a monster hit, complete with shattered egos, orchestral twists, and enough cultural echoes to make your speakers rumble. Let's rewind to 1990, when Metallica was knee-deep in the grind of touring, pounding stages like they owed the road rent. James Hetfield, the growling frontman with a voice that could strip paint, was holed up in a hotel room, phone glued to his ear, chatting with his girlfriend back home, Kristen Martinez for those keeping score on rockstar romances. Picture this. The guy's strumming an acoustic guitar one-handed, because who needs both mitts when you're spilling your soul long distance? That's the ignition spark for Nothing Else Matters. Hetfield crafts this tender riff, all open strings in E minor, plucking away at the low E, G, B and high E like he's coaxing confessions from the instrument itself. The lyrics tumble out raw, so close no matter how far. Bam, that's the gut punch line right there, rooted in the taking void of separation, where miles melt away if the trust is unbreakable. It's Hetfield laying bare his vulnerability, admitting that amid the chaos of fame, the only anchor is that personal bond, screw the spotlights and groupies. But get this, he wrote it for himself, a private therapy session on strings, never dreaming it'd escape his notebook. Imagine if he'd kept it locked up. We'd have a world where Metallica stays pure thrash, no ballads to soften the edges, and every prom night misses out on that awkward slow dance sway. What a bland apocalypse that would have been, eh? Fast forward a bit, and enter Lars Ulrich, the Danish dynamo behind the kit, who's got ears like a bat and zero filter. He overhears Hetfield tinkering with the tune during a jam session and goes full evangelist. Dude, this is gold, we gotta use it. Hetfield's all reluctant, mumbling something about it not fitting the band's skull-crushing vibe, the kind of songs built for destroying things, head-banging, bleeding for the crowd. Fair point. Metallica had built an empire on blistering tracks like Master of Puppets, not heart-on-sleeve confessions. But Lars pushes, and soon Kirk Hammett and Jason Newsted are nodding along. They demo it on August 13th, 1990, one of 4 tracks laid down that day, and suddenly this personal ditty is eyeing Aspot on their next album. Oh, and trivia nugget for the diehards. Hetfield handles the guitar solo himself in the studio version. No Hammett wizardry here, making it one of the rare Metallica cuts where Kirk sits out the lead. Hetfield later admitted he was channeling his inner vulnerability, that never opened myself this way, lyrics straight from the diary of a road-weary warrior. It's a defiant flip-off to Judgment, screaming, "Life is ours, we live it our way," inspired by the grind of touring life, where outsiders' opinions are just noise. Ponder this absurd what-if. Suppose Lars had shrugged it off. Hetfield might have repurposed the riff for a solo side project, like some acoustic folk metal hybrid that flops harder than a fish on stage. Instead, it becomes the gateway drug for non-metalheads dipping toes into thrash waters. Now zoom into the album saga, because Nothing Else Matters didn't just waltz onto the Black Album, it crashed the party amid a storm of creative clashes and sonic overhauls. Enter Bob Rock, the producer who's basically the Yoda of 90s rock, fresh off polishing Motley Crue and Bon Jovi. Metallica hires him to helm their self-titled 5th record in 1991, recorded at One on One Studios in North Hollywood. But oh boy, the drama. These guys were used to raw, rapid-fire sessions, not Rock's meticulous vibe where he dissects every note like a mad scientist. Hetfield and Rock butt heads like rams in rutting season, James wanted that gritty edge. Bob pushed for polish and accessibility. Nothing Else Matters gets the full treatment. Layered acoustics, a haunting orchestral swell courtesy of Michael Kamen, the same genius behind S&Amp M later. And Hetfield's vocals stripped vulnerable, no growls in sight. The phrase, "all these words I don't just say," hits like a confession booth revelation, born from Hetfield's real-life reluctance to bare his soul publicly. Trivia time. The album drops on August 12, 1991, and sells over 16 million in the US alone, but not without backlash. Purists howled that Metallica had sold out, trading thrash fury for radio-friendly ballads. Imagine the band reading those fan letters. "You softened up like butter left in the sun." Hetfield later quipped in interviews that the shift was evolution, not betrayal, proving "trust I seek and I find in you" wasn't just lyrics, but a mantra for sticking to their guns amid the noise. Without that tension, the Black Album might have been another thrash slab, forgotten in the grunge wave. Instead, it's a colossus, and Nothing Else Matters, the crown jewel that proved metal could weep and still conquer. Launch day rolls around, and the single hits on April 20th, 1992. Talk about drama in the rollout. The music video, directed by Adam Dubin, is a gritty montage from the A Year and a Half in the Life of Metallica doc, showing the band in the studio, raw and unfiltered. There's nudity galore, pin-up posters, Playboy centerfolds tacked to walls, and a cheeky scene of Hetfield chucking darts at a photo of Kip Winger, because why not roast the hair metal competition? MTV bans it from daytime play, deeming it too risque, which only amps the intrigue. The video's a visual unpack of the lyrics, close-ups of Hetfield's intense gaze mirroring "every day for us something new," symbolizing growth amid judgment. It racks up views like a slot machine payout, hitting 1 billion on YouTube in 2021, Metallica's first to cross that threshold. Chart-wise, it storms to number 11 on Billboard's Mainstream Rock, top 10 across Europe, even snagging gold and platinum certifications everywhere from Australia to the UK. But the real launch fireworks? Fan reactions split like a mosh pit. Thrash loyalists griped it was too soft, while newcomers hailed it as their entry point. Hetfield, ever the provocateur, dedicated live versions to fans, turning Nothing Else Matters into a communal chant. Satirical swipe here. If MTV had aired it uncut, maybe we'd have a generation confusing Metallica with softcore cable specials. As it stands, the controversy fueled the fire, proving defiance pays dividends. From there, Nothing Else Matters ascends to legend status, embedding itself in Metallica's DNA like a tattoo you regret but can't erase. Live, it's a staple. Debuted on tour in '91, often closing sets with fans swaying like a sea of lighters. The 1999 S&Amp version with the San Francisco Symphony. Pure alchemy. Michael Kamen's orchestrations swell the track into an epic, peaking at number 1 in Belgium and earning its own single. Hetfield tweaks tunings to E-flat for stage, keeping that raw edge. Culturally, it ripples out. Covers flood in, from Lucy Silvers' Pop Twist in 2005 to Miley Cyrus's 2021 collab with Elton John, Chad Smith, Yo-Yo Ma, and even Robert Trujillo on bass. Elton gushed on Howard Stern that it's one of the best songs ever written, reducing Hetfield to tears. Imagine the metal god getting misty over Piano Man's praise. The lyrics' core, open mind for a different view, inspires everything from wedding vows to therapy playlists, symbolizing that unbreakable trust amid life's storms. Obscure gem. There's an elevator version remix, all acoustics and no electrics, tucked as a B-side to Sad But True. And get this, an instrumental orchestral take by James Newton Howard for the 2021 Jungle Cruise soundtrack, because nothing says Disney adventure like Metallica's brooding heart. The Ascent's wacky what if, suppose it flopped. Metallica might have ditched ballads, leaving us sans the Unforgiven sequels. Instead, it cements their versatility, turning thrash skeptics into converts. The enduring impact? This track's like a virus, mutating, spreading, refusing to fade. It shaped metal's softer side, influencing bands from Avenged Sevenfold to symphonic outfits blending orchestra with riffs. Quirky aftermath abounds. Hardwell's 2022 EDM mashup with Effing Society, turning it into a rave monster. Or Miley's Glastonbury performance, where she belts it like a torch song for the apocalypse. Hetfield's reflected that the song's meaning evolved from personal romance to fan dedication, that forever trusting who we are, now a band fan pact. Ripple effects hit pop culture, sampled in ads, soundtracks, even therapy sessions unpacking vulnerability. Trivia twist. Hetfield's one-hand composition led to urban legends of him writing it mid-convo, fingers dancing on frets while sweet-talking. Satirical aside, as a self-proclaimed rock lore hoarder, I've seen weirder inspirations, like that time a band penned a hit about a bad burrito. But Nothing Else Matters endures because it's real. No fabricated feuds, just honest guts. It's defied genres, outlasted trends, and proved that even metalheads crave a cry-along every now and then. So there you have it, Vault Dwellers. The wild, wacky saga of a song that started as a whisper and roared into eternity. If this tale of trust, turmoil and triumph got your blood pumping, smash that like button like it's a downstroke on a Les Paul. Subscribe for more rock revelations that hit harder than a double bass pedal, and drop a comment. What's your Nothing Else Matters memory? Until next time, keep living it your way because, well, you know the rest.